Awesome, awesome. Cool, 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 cool. Probably should check to make sure I have the right profile on too. I can't see the profile. Well, it should be the correct one. Yeah. It's upcoming, but I'm streaming now, so. Okay. Can I? You're streaming, right? Yeah, it says we're streaming. Oh, there we go. I can click this button. There we go. Okay, yeah, so that's all working. Let's go get a lo-fi playlist real quick. Okay. Okay, sweet baby Jesus. Alrighty, so that's working. Ready to go. Let me make sure everything on screen is right. Oh, hi. Don't. Alright, let me see. That's the right color. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Add a window capture. Existing. This window. Right here. Well, no, I can recrop that to something that's more useful. Window capture. There we go. That. This. Go. There. That's neat. And then if I click on over to, first of all, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Now if I cut over to here, we have that. If I cut over to here, we have that as well. Woo! Oh, however, this one needs to get like recropped, I guess. There, and then now we can do back to TV screen. Open up Blender. Actually, I need to go get the scene. To find the link to the stream, copy, get that all situated and going. Oh. Or on a landing for free instead of buying a realm. Well, the realm allows streaming right now, though. Alright, we're almost there. It takes me a minute to get going in the morning, so. Hi, everyone. I am live. Shine like a villain. So now, let's get into the status. There we go. Okay. That's been posted. Here are my posts. Profile. Okay, I had to go to here. Alrighty, let's get into it. Let's get animating this little penguin dude. First of all, that one's animated, and we're gonna call it done. Now we're animating Scaredy Cat over here. Alright, so before we begin, go into pose mode and color code. Side. I like how I renamed that and then it didn't. Alright, whatever. Dude, the right side is actually what color? Is red. Yeah, right is red, blue is left. Nope. Okay. What about you? Oh, yo, chill stream time? What? Oh yeah, no, yeah. I was like, okay, now I'm realizing what I was like, huh? What is chill stream time? Like, what are we talking? But that makes sense. I'm still waking up. Is this Power World? Yes. This is very much Power World. This is a world full of pals, if you will. What stage am I on? I'm on the passing stage. It goes back some more. Yo, bro, I figured it was my brother last night about it. Figured it out with my brother. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can have a server and stuff. I'm a big fan of Realms because then I can get on it if I want to play without you. But now that I think about it, I don't really play Minecraft by myself anymore. So that kind of makes that argument a little bit mute. But I eventually want to get our own server and stuff. I just need money. You can only do Ian. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to. Dude, this stupid little heart emoji just can't fucking go or effing go away. My bad. A little image go. So it's always blocking like a word or two. You can only do it in Java. In Bedrock, you can set up an online world, but it's not a realm. That's true, because you set it up kind of like a server. I think it's just running on your computer, if I'm not mistaken. Hunter would know the answer to that. Hunter, how do? Ugh, excuse me. What? Why's your foot like that, bro? What happened to you? Who did this to you? Oh, there we go. Okay, I see. Aha! Fixed it. Right, contact, and then. I think it's time that I get to. Well, actually, let's get to this next key pose right there, and then I'll go get a monster. Oh, I probably should have a water, but I'm tired. Alrighty, now I can go get a drink. Alright, let me go get... Yeah, that's fun. F it, let's do a monster. I'd rather have that. Alrighty, now that that section's done. Oh, I forgot to get the monster. So focus on like, what am I gonna talk to people about? And then I realized, hey, I did not grab my drink. Excuse me. Alright. How's everybody doing this morning? Everybody having a good morning? Everybody get enough sleep? I know I slept like a rock. Although I did not go to bed until about 2 in the morning, so I am kind of tired. Oh gosh. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, what do I have left? Okay, so he's pretty much at the midpoint. So I just gotta animate him getting to me. And then they all look, which is pretty much they all kind of do a blank stare and are super still the entire time. And then they'll get frustrated with me and then pew, attack me with the water gun. Then the crazy part is I gotta render this whole thing, which is gonna be its own little issue, for sure. You know what? It just occurred to me. Yo, what's up, Zofam Prankster? How we doing today? It just occurred to me I need to go mess with my starting student screen because I realized that, hey, my little text here said starting at 5 p.m., which is not what I wanted to do. So let me, can I like duplicate this? Paste duplicate. No, not that. Not that. I want to go to my text bar here. Here we go. Okay. Gosh darn it, did it again. Sweet. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I slept for a good chunk of time, but no, I'm not. Let me see. Stupid. What if I hit copy and then hit paste duplicate? There we go. Starting at there we go. That was correct. F2. This one is BTS. Or at least the 8 a.m. Oh, yeah, I should say 8 a.m. Wow. Starting at 5 p.m. There we go. Okay. That's a little bit more correct. This is probably the screen where we'll hang out while my while it's exporting once we get to that stage. We're not at that stage just yet. So yeah, no, I slept pretty good. I'm just glad I'm awake. So far my theory is correct, but it is not correct until I can replicate it several times. So we'll see how this goes. Did you make the Pimplot model? No, I got the model off of a website called, and I will go get it for you. There is this website called the Model Resource, and so people will rip game models from all kinds of different video games and put them in here. So you could search something like Piplup. And then you get all the models from the different games. Now the model I'm using is from the Poke Park Wii adventure game. So like if I go Poke Park, or actually I just gotta go to the Wii. So like if I go to the Wii, I go P. Battle Revolution, Poke Park 2, Poke Park Wii Pikachu's Adventure. So yeah, which these have a lot of really high quality models, which is crazy. But sometimes you can get set pieces. So like behind them, I have the Pokemon Center ripped from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And then the boulders are actually, they're not even from Pokemon, I don't think. I think they're from something else entirely. I don't remember though. Ooh. Back to work. So is your goal to make VFX for every elemental type? No, I am currently working on a... There it all is. I was like, where did my shit go? Or my stuff. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I'm actually right there. I am working on a, basically it's if you took Steve Irwin and the Wildcrat brothers and put them into the Pokemon world. So I have this character named Professor Waddle who talks about different Pokemon and stuff. And then what ends up happening is obviously because you're poking these dangerous animals with a stick, obviously they're gonna have a problem with it. So that's kind of what this is supposed to be. So I shot my live action portions of me in costume, and now I'm using this character model as reference of like where the character is going to be. And then once this is rendered, I'm gonna go composite it all into hit film and show that process. And then once that whole scene is done, I'll move on to the next one, which is Torterra. So that is the goal. Thank you. Yeah, I figured this was a good way to get me to get out of bed and working, because when I tell people, hey, I'm gonna be live here, I put on some music and we all can just chill and we just hang out while I work. And then anybody who knows what they're doing, because this is clearly I shouldn't say clearly, like I know a little bit. I know enough to get by, but if anybody does know what they're doing and has any tips or tricks, I am more than willing to hear them. This is Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'm pretty positive. Oh no, this is May. Ah, how did I mess that up? Gosh darn it. Trying to go deeper myself in learning sculpting. You know, I gotta sculpt a little bit on the sand over here. There are some parts where I think I gave up on the main sand area, but I took a torus shape, surrounded the boulders with it, and then used the sculpting tool to kind of try to get the sand tucked underneath the rock, as well as with the Pokemon Center, which doesn't have a back because you're not gonna see it. I put in a cube and tried to sculpt the sand into it. Make it look like it's kind of sunken in there. I really wish I knew what this thing was trying to look at. Ooh, creature design? Dude, that would be That would be gnarly. If I can get... Hello, little homie. There you are. We're on the passing stage. Yeah, so far my main like thing is like I do compositing, so like if you were to give me the animated character and told me blend them in with the shot, that is what I'm normally used to. As of animating these characters myself, that is a whole level of work I had no idea I was getting into. What I want. This way. Pass. Ooh. Bring that over this way. Spin that out. Level that out. Pull it out from under the ground. Oh, hey, look, we're already there. Holy crap. Dude, look at that. Yeah, this is going to be my hardest shot, because I made the mistake of putting 4 of these Pokemon in here, not realizing that not only do they have wings and legs and a beak and stuff, like that's just a lot of things to animate that I was not really thinking about when I wrote the script. Well, at the end of the day, you either learn yourself or pay someone, or if there's someone nice. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't really have the money to have somebody teach me, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Contact. I would say once I get a groove going, it's not too bad. Oh man, I don't know what my deal is today. Hey, hold on. This has got to be like the lake themes from Diamond and Pearl. No, it's Eterna Forest. Damn, gosh darn it. This is not my day. Oh man. right, there we go. Check that out, dude. That. Alright, come on. What's the very last frame here? Oh, I see what I need to do. If I do that. 50. There we go. Now he's still then. How could you, God? Why would you do that? Exactly how I want to do this. Okay. What made you get into compositing? I got into it because I am a visual effects kind of person. It started off with a, I was introduced to YouTube back when it first came out, obviously, in 2009, 2008-ish. My buddy basically, showing me clips of like Family Guy and stuff, probably showing me things he wasn't supposed to, and then when I realized it's a search engine, I can look up whatever I wanted, so I ended up typing like Pokemon in real life, Star Wars in real life, Harry Potter in real life, and so then I found all of these like lightsaber fights in the lightsaber choreography competition, and then I was like, oh, wait, I could just do this? And so then I started looking up tutorials and found out that After Effects existed. I'm like 10, by the way. And then that led into I would watch the tutorials, but I had no idea where to get the program. So by the time I got into high school, or let me try that again. So from like the 5th grade, which is when I found all these things, I get to the 8th grade, or I'm sorry, I lied, the 6th grade, and I'm introduced to Percy Jackson. So I'm super stoked the show's out. I do have my gripes with it, but that is just because I've been waiting for years now to get an actual faithful adaptation to the book. But I really enjoyed the movie, and I really enjoyed the book. And so when I learned the book and the movie were not the same thing, or the movie was not as faithful as an adaptation that it could be, I was like, I want to be a movie maker because I want to specifically do Percy Jackson and do an actual faithful adaptation for what the book was when it came out. Going into high school, I got into intro to video and learned what it meant to when to cut, how to cut, what emotional beats I need in a scene, the rules of filmmaking, the rule of thirds and L cuts and J cuts. So I was like, but they weren't teaching me what I wanted to learn, which was visual effects, because I'm like, this is all great and dandy, but the pen turns into a sword. How do I do that? And so that's kind of where I started getting into visual effects. My grandma got me my gaming laptop back in 2016, and I'm realizing, oh my god, I'm done. So let me get this export going, and then I'll get on a rant again. New folder. 2 shot 2. Okay. Accept. Already. Look at that. Render. Animation. Okay. And that should be going. Where is my... This one. Oop. Okay, so they weren't teaching me visual effects. I got a laptop in 2016, and in that time I found Hit Film Express. So watching Film Riot on YouTube, they did a breakdown on this free compositing software, and I was like, ooh, I like free, let's try this. And so I got it on my mom's, on the family computer, and then really learned how to use it. I was doing lightsaber effects, I was doing explosions, muzzle flashes, all that stuff. So then now I'm going to my teacher, and I'm like, hey, I'd like to do visual effects. I know that we have the Adobe Suite, but we don't have a license for After Effects. Hit Film Express is free. Can I download it on the computer? So my teacher let me, and now I was doing visual effects in the classroom. And now, here we are. And so, yeah, in high school, I was the VFX guy. I did just about anything and everything that I was asked of me. There was one point where somebody came up to me, they're like, hey, I want to crash somebody with a car safely. So I said, cool, well, let me go figure out how to do that, and then I'll come back and do that. And so that's actually on Instagram. And that scared the living crap out of my grandmother, which is how I know I did a good job on that shot, was because if she thought I actually did get hit by a car and called me frantically thinking I was in the hospital, I did my job right. So that's how that happened. Yeah. Now I'm just chilling, and I forgot to check to see how many frames I have exporting. Right? Like, it's a good time. Okay, 1521 is the number. Next. We're on frame. There's no way we're on frame 1011. Okay. There's a number in the top left corner that tells me what frame we're exporting on. Yeah, but that's how I got into visual effects. I want to do this for my career, so right now it's just I can't afford to go to school, so I gotta go build my portfolio. So with every project that I do using 3D animation or whatever, I add it to my portfolio, and hopefully I can try to do some freelance stuff at some point. But that's also the other reason that we have this, is to showcase that I am willing to learn just about everything, so hopefully somebody can hire me. But I'll definitely say, I didn't realize how many body parts were on a pimple up until I had to sit here and animate this. This is definitely a a learning experience, because the first shot was fine. That one was a lot of copy and paste, the penguins walking, and I linked them to a circle to make them walk in a circle. But then when I needed them to walk part of the circle, stop, and they come this way, I'm thinking the next time I do this, in the same boat as you, just in the docks right now, while you're already saying like, oh, thanks, man. What got you into VFX? Was it like a certain movie stuck out to you, or a better question, what is the movie that got you into film in general? Like, the final straw that broke my back was Percy Jackson. I was like, I need to go do this, and then I started by just learning Star Wars effects because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But what was it that got you going? Everybody's got like that one movie. I mean, the portfolio part, I'm into 3D modeling and animation, and I would need VFX for anims. Yep. Okay. Well, that's cool. Is there like any, like, is there a specific creature you're trying to build? Because I know you said you were talking about creatures earlier. I know I want to build a creature costume at some point. That's on my list. But it's like, I don't know if I want to do a dinosaur or a xenomorph, because both sound like a lot of fun. Come on, penguins. 1521, that's it. 1521. Right now, I'm just practicing on Pokemon to model some designs for a game, blocking out stage and sculpting. Alright. What kind of game are you making? I know I want to go make a video game. I've got like 2 games that I know for sure at some point in my life I want to make, but I'm not going to sit down and make them unless the YouTube channels take off, and that's I want to make a randomized dungeon crawler, so every time you go into the dungeon layout will always change. And then the second one I want to make is a co-op shooter that is very open on Steam Workshop, with that it allows you to customize every aspect of the game down to, like, in the battle royale mode you can choose which weapons to turn on and off and their percentage of dropping in all the chests, but you can either do online play or you could put in computers. So let's say if you wanted to do a 1v99 like classic battle royale like Fortnite, you could get your friends on there, but obviously if you don't have 100 friends, don't worry, you can fill it out with bots, and you can just go out and play fun and just, you know, be casual. I had an idea for Pokemon Mystery Dungeons and Dragons game, but I obviously can't make that. Well, I mean, you could. I think Pal World is a prime example that you can, you know, as long as it's your own monsters and you put your own spin on the game, that makes it very unique compared to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Then that would be your, what is the word? Then you would be alright. I know I definitely want to have pets in it, in my dungeon crawler, because it is very much like, yeah, I was inspired by Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and D&D, and so, I just know that I want it to be co-op. I want it to be loophole. Well, it's not. I mean, monster hunting type of games aren't like a new thing. You have Bakugan, you have Yokai Watch, you have Digimon, you have Pokemon, you have Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, it's monster collecting is like its own genre at this point. So it's not that you'll have to like really choose how to design your stuff, but it's like Palworld is a prime example of like you have a lot of creatures that look like Pokemon. Like I would argue that whatever design choices they made, they're like, let's get to as close as Pokemon as possible. But since it's not any actual designs from Pokemon, like I guess that would be the loophole. I know that Japan doesn't have like a fair use law, so that's kind of why Nintendo hasn't done anything, is because I don't think Palworld has actually broken anything. I think the key thing about Palworld is it's a sandbox survival game with guns and monster collecting, where Pokemon has a very specific formula. So I think the only thing you would have to do is try to make it different from Mystery Dungeon as much as possible. But there's also ROM hacks, like you can make your own Mystery Dungeon ROM hack or an Unreal and do it from scratch. I already have some concept art designs, and I have to just learn to make proper models that can be used. That is very true. I know finding usable models is really hard. I'll use 3D models for my thumbnails on my gaming channel, and the biggest problem I usually come across is the armature is set up really, really weird, or the files are set up really, really weird. So like, for the Zelda playthrough we're doing, which this Sunday will be probably our last Zelda episode because we're about to go fight Ganon in Tears of the Kingdom, so that's gonna be fun. But the Link model comes shirtless, and then you download all the clothing pieces, and then you have to parent it to the model, and I'm god awful at it. I am terrible. So I've elected to, since I just wear the Twilight Princess outfit all the time, I'm just gonna go get the Twilight Princess Link model from Twilight Princess and put it in instead of using the model from Tears of the Kingdom, and then go from there. Although Ganon will be a different story. And actually, I do need to make my thumbnail for this week's stream at some point today, so that needs to happen. Shirtless Link is going to get you more views. You know, I will say, I think the leading Zelda video is the one that I think is literally titled Breath of the Wild, but I'm naked, because it was the DLC portion where they take all your stuff. So now I have an empty inventory and no clothes, and I have to fight through rooms of monsters. I do remember that I want to say is my leading Zelda video. For sure. But yeah, I definitely want to make a, what I'd like to do is take the Mystery Dungeon, the randomized dungeon section of the game and implement it into the mainline Pokemon games. So like when you go on a route to like Little Root Town or wherever, sure, you can go down the existing route. However, if you want to go from, like, let's say, if I remember my map correctly, if you want to cut from Orberg City through the mountain or over the mountain and then go to Hearthome City, or not Hearthome City, Sunshore City, you could take the forest back way, but that entire forest is going to be like tiled like the original Zelda, but it's all going to be a randomized dungeon, and so you may be able to find a way, but there's going to be a lot of obstacles, and it's going to be really hard if you don't have HMs. It's going to be really hard packing wise, because you have your main cities, and you have some small towns, but if you're going to be on the road in a randomized dungeon for God knows how long, you need to pack your stuff appropriately. So that's kind of, there's resource management. It makes it open world, but it, makes it very difficult, especially for players who want to be like, you know what, I want to go do my own thing. And then I want the gyms to be scalable, so you can go to each gym no matter where you want, but you have to, like, they'll still be like, if you go to Snow Point City as your first gym, like, all of those Pokemon will level with you. So you'll have like the basic, like, if it was your first gym team, and then if you come back with 2 badges, then the team's going to be stronger, blah 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 blah. I bet. But But I want to make the first sections of Diamond and Pearl in Unreal Engine and take it to Nintendo of America and just be like, hey, here's a demo of a game that I made and I want to see if you guys would be interested in it and if we can make it. And if they say no, okay, I take what I learned and go make a medieval fantasy dungeon crawler and get to do that stuff. But if they do bite, then it's just like, hey, I get to help make a Pokemon game and hopefully something that'll be really, really but we'll see. But I do want to make a shooter with a bunch of game modes that's very... I wanted to have lasers like Star Wars, but I wanted to have the aesthetic of Halo. And I think that's the only real way I can describe it. Yeah. God, I'm so tired. This is gonna be sitting here for a minute. I wish you the best in your goals. Why, thank you, my friend. Yeah. I won't do that until, like, when we get the YouTube channels going and we're making money off the channels. I think right now, I do have a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon playthrough that is next. So once Zelda is done, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go play the new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. We're having a lot of fun with that. I'm naming every Pokemon that I'm friends with after viewers. So if anybody's up in the chat and talking, I'll name the Pokemon after you and have all that. But that'll be the next, like, I'll be editing a funny moments video of that to put on the main channel. And then what else is next on the list? What? Oh. Reconnection. Da, 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 da. Sorry, the stream kind of dropped for a second there. What else is next? Next is... Ba, ba, da, ba. After that will be a vlog series on Mandalorian armor. That'll be on this channel. That'll be fun. I'm gonna go fix my 3D printers back there and make sure that I can print and make the rest of my costume. So that'll be nice and dandy. Really excited because I don't usually use chrome. Chrome is not a material I normally use because it is really hard to get right. And now I'm making a whole suit out of it, so... Fun for me! Right? My grandma got me the shoes for Christmas. This is the way, yes. It is very much the way. Can't wait. Yeah, I got the helmet over on the shelf right now. So here, I can go grab it. Grab it, give me 1 second. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is my Mandalorian helmet that has been 3D printed. I've been filling and sanding it throughout the last year and a half. I don't usually find a lot of time to be able to sit down and do this kind of stuff. Trying to work it into my schedule. But, yeah, so all he needs left really is his paint job and his visor. There's a couple spots where I'm like, this needs to be more, what is the word? Filled in a little bit more. I could fill the grooves and divots. So I'll need to go do that. But thank you. I got most of the armor printed out. I am missing some pieces. The files that I got from Galactic Armory on Etsy. And for whatever reason, like, the left forearm piece is significantly larger than the right forearm piece. So when I made the right forearm, it fit like a glove. But the left one was so big, I had to hand it to my buddy who was like 3 times my size. So, but he got a free Mandalorian gauntlet out of it. And I get a friend who's also a Mandalorian, so I can't complain too much. And then I need to redo the shoulder pieces, because I had a friend of mine make the shoulder piece, but he didn't make it. He didn't reinforce it, so it actually broke. So I need to go print a new one. But with how big the CR10 Mini is, I should be able to print it all in one go. So I don't have to print it in multiple pieces like he did. But fun stuff. See, we're on frame 17. Holy crap. Yeah, this was cool. I had to learn how to use an HDRI. I had to figure out how to get that sand texture because that was randomly generated. That was not a everything was individually sculpted. I had to generate some noise, color it, and then add a displacement map. It was crazy. It was awesome. I really liked it. Compositing is gonna be fun. I don't know how this is gonna look. I'm messing with a lot of using CGI and green screen and virtual production because that's what Lucasfilm has been looking into as of places I want to apply to. The end goal would definitely be Lucasfilm. I would love to work there, but they have, so far from the job descriptions, it seems to be I need to know nuke, which this is the closest thing I can get to without shuckling out $3,000 a year. And then what is it? And then if the opportunity arises, I applied to them once, but I don't know. I'm keeping an eye out for when they apply, ask for applicants again, and that's Corridor, if you've ever seen that YouTube channel. And I know that they're working on Son of a Dungeon, which is, again, the virtual production stuff. So I'm trying to figure it out in my backyard. But also, if you could figure out how to do your own backgrounds and your own set pieces in your backyard, then you can shoot anywhere you want. It is going to be a lot of VFX work, but you know what? That's how you shoot any movie you want. So super stoked though. Although my next film is either going to be, I like the idea of it being a pirate movie or a swords and sandals movie. I would like to do one of those two. Something involving, I want to go fight in the sand with a sword. That's all I got. I don't know. But I think the swords and sandals stuff is solely because Percy Jackson is coming out, and I'm just like, okay, you know what, now I just want to go out and swing some swords. The pirate one is, I know my cousin said something about wanting to do that. I know on the gaming channel we want to do Sea of Thieves, and so I feel like if I were to, doing, alright, Sea of Thieves gaming video plus a pirate movie, why wouldn't I? So, maybe, but we're not there yet. I usually create a phase of videos, I go down the list, but I don't confirm anything past that point. For a number of reasons, because like right now I think the only things left on the list is a Pokemon video on the gaming channel, which is going to be Mystery Dungeon. I'm going to do a funny moments in Mystery Dungeon. The second video after that is Star Wars Battlefront 2, although I know I want to mod it. I have several friends who have it. I just don't know what the video is going to be about. So we'll see. It's probably just going to be another funny moments, but I think I'm going to have each friend pick a mod for Battlefront 2 and then get it all into a pack, put it on Google Drive, and then everybody has the pack, and then we all download the same mods, and then we can go play with each other. And then Among Us. We're gonna do Among Us again because that really works on our channel for whatever reason. Don't know why, but all good. And then we have stuff in between that goes on this channel and the film channel, like this Pokemon one. This Pokemon one has to get done. Needed to get done. Dude, this is gonna take so long. Rendering takes forever. Lethal Company? I really want to. Actually, I probably should go put that on my list. Because I definitely want to. I have the stuff. I have props and stuff for it. I could. Yeah, I wrote it down. I do want to play Lethal Company. Like, I'm not a horror game person, but that looks like we would have a good time scaring the shit out of ourselves, but also laughing our asses off. I do want to play it. I really do. I watch Smitty play it all the time, and man, that game looks like fun. Cycles is something else with the rendering, why I'm not into realism. See, I'm not using Cycles, I'm using Eevee, because Eevee renders faster. It's one of those things where I'm more of a speed kind of guy. I'm very much not that I am a quantity over quality. I am just we need to produce quality content fast, and I want to be able to, what's the word? I want to test, I want to learn, and I want to educate. So there are certain things that I'm not necessarily worried about. Like for this piece, the main thing is that I'm learning animation. So I'm not really too worried about blending it all together. I'm still going to try my best. I'm not really worried about the realism of it all, but the idea is to get used to the program and to learn how to animate. And then take that knowledge with me into the next project. And so that's what this is. So I'm not really too worried if the sand looks off. I'm not too worried about, like, you can see the pixel jagged edges in the doorway of the Pokemon Center. I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about making sure that my penguins move properly. I'm able to get them to do it without too much jank. And at the end of the day, I am making people laugh. That's the important part. Like, my parents are not Pokemon people, but I think for the fact that this is something where I feel like anybody could watch this. You don't have to be a Pokemon fan to understand what's going on, but I think my parents will have a good time with it, and as long as the animation doesn't look like garbage, then fantastic. But I will say storyboards would have definitely helped. Doing the layout where, okay, where are the Pokemon going to be, and where's the animation? That was very handy. Although I think on the next video involving these characters, I will make a pose library, because I see that it is built in a Blender. And try to use that to my advantage, because I didn't really think about that. But yeah, I don't know like what the proper like pipeline is. Like, I know how you have different stages of animation, because there's like layout where you have the rough position and where the characters are going to be, and so now you can take your CG camera and frame it properly, and then somebody else goes in and does the animation, while another person goes in and does lighting, and then another person does the FX on top of it. I am not that person. I basically have to do all of it in one. But oh my lord. But this is proof, like, once I get some music going and I get, sit down and focus, I can actually get stuff done. Because this could have been done sooner if I had gotten off my butt and actually did it. Yeah, blackout in the in-between. Right now I'm doing a course by P2 Design. Ooh. See, what I've been doing is I've been creating this. I have a playlist. If you go into the playlist section of our channel, those are I have playlists for the tutorials that I watched per given film. So like the last sketch we made, Ricky Fingers Unleashed, is a space battle scene, and I didn't know how to do any of that. So all of the tutorials I followed to create that last video is in a list. So if you want to learn everything that involving space battles, there's a playlist with all the different tutorials that I used for that. For the Pokemon one, I have a new playlist for specifically just the Pokemon. Like, hey, these are tutorials on the walk cycle, animation movement, how to animate the eyes, because Pokemon, the way Pokemon handles the eyes for their models is these cards of different eye sections, and then you have to scroll through them. You watched the observatory? Yes, I think. It's been a minute. Let me take a look. I don't remember what's on the playlist as of right now. I've got, yeah, how to animate Pokemon. If I go to the videos real quick. Yes, the observatory is the guy who I found out about the face textures. Yeah, anything that in here that has helped me, if it's only like one section of the tutorial even, I will put the whole thing in there. But that way it's like people can go in and they're like, hey, I want to learn, I have this specific project I want to do, but I don't know which tutorials I should follow. And then it's like, well, here you go. Like this is exactly what I watched it through the same thing. So anybody else who does kind of Pokemon 3D animated content, there's the playlist for you. And now all these other creators still get the credit because it's just I focused them into one playlist for this one thing. So it's all there. It's all there, and I'll probably put it in the end card of the Pokemon BTS video, because there will be a video talking about what had to go to into making this piece. We're just not fully there yet. Why are they so far off to the side? I'm realizing the framing may be shot here. I'm gonna let it export, and then I'm going to load it in and see how it loaded, because I'm sitting here like, those guys should be a little bit more centered. That's cool that you do that. Thank you. Now, I'm a big advocate of information should be free, and that's why something like this, like we have a Patreon, but I don't know what to do for Patreon content, because I've had a lot of people go, oh, do tutorials. I'm like, well, then you have to pay for the tutorials, and I don't want to do that. And then every piece of content that I make on there, I would rather it just be public. So it's really hard for me to figure out what I want to do in regards to that, but I want to make sure that people can get information and find the information quickly. Like I have in our Discord server, we have a walkthrough and tutorials chat that I post to constantly. If I ever find something I'm like, this is super useful, I drop it in there. It could be literally on anything. But there's a lot of like streaming walkthroughs and tutorials on the Discord server. Well, actually, what are some of the ones on there? There's a bunch. Like we've got like best settings, we've got all of this stuff. I got the clips of George Lucas in here, obviously. World building. Can I get a link to the Discord? Absolutely, my friend. If I can find my... Oh, do I not have the button? I don't have a Discord button. Oops. There you go. But we got everything. We got, I got some film theory on here. Some bass guitar stuff. Because I am learning how to play bass. Although I'm very project oriented. So once I get a project where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to learn this song and the bass and make a video about it, then I will pull it out more and do that. But right now, it's just not in the cards. could only stare at these Piplup for so long. I think the hard part is because I don't want to mess up the export. I just don't touch the computer whatsoever. Because I'm just like, I just need you to export. I just need you to do your thing. Do it right. And I'm realizing I might have to export it again because those Piplups should very well be in the center of frame, and they're not. So, homie may or may not have messed up. Do you have the power save add-on? I don't know. What does that do? Let me clear that up. Can I? Okay, yeah, it's just gonna pop this frame in front of me no matter what. I'll have to check it when it's done. It auto says for you for how long you set it, like 5 or 2 minutes. Ooh, okay. It's free, by the way. Well, yeah, I figured. I have to. Yeah, I'll take a look and see if I have it. I don't see why I wouldn't have that. But I'm pretty good at hitting Control S pretty frequently. So it's hit film. Weirdly enough, I have the problem. I eventually got the pro version, but more often than not, that likes to crash more often than Blender. So I don't know what to do for that. I'm thinking I might just have to oh, what is the word? Honestly, and I love HitFilm to death, but I think I might switch over to Adobe After Effects, not to HitFilm's credit, or you know, no discredit to HitFilm or anything. It's just that so far, looking up visual effects and video editing jobs, everybody wants the Adobe family of products. I just don't want to pay a subscription. HitFilm is not an Adobe product. HitFilm is a product by FX Home, but what I really like about it is you can pay for it and then not worry about it. So I spent $400 on the Cyber Monday bundle where it gave me 3 copies of HitFilm. So I have it and 2 of my friends have it, and then 2 copies of Emerge, which is FX Home's version of Photoshop. So I have that, and then my other friend has it. What happens is when you buy that for the first year, or for the year that you have bought it, so if you buy it on December 24th, 24 or 23, you don't have to purchase the license again until 24. But if you choose not to purchase the license, you still get to keep the updates that you got within that first year. So if you don't want to buy it yet, you don't have to. So like I bought the pro version in 2016 after proving I was like, you know what, I'm going to use this constantly throughout my adult life. Spent the $400, got it. Didn't buy the product again until I think 2019, and solely because they added the function to color code into my whatchamacallit, on my timeline. So when I edit subtitles, especially because they're animated subtitles for the gaming videos, I will animate one. I'll animate a line, color code it, and then copy and paste it, change the color to the next person, change it to their favorite color, and so on and so forth. So instead of having to manually animate every single line of text, I just copy from those presets and just copy and paste. And so that makes things easy, but it also makes things easy when I'm like doing a VFX thing, and then, okay, well, what's the status on this? And so red is not even started, yellow is have started but not finished, and green is completely done. Like completely done, don't have to touch it again. So it makes things easy to find, and especially when which the reason why I got the license and the way I had it set up was that I do gaming, vlogs, film. You have my friend Mia with her channel, where she does book reviews and game reviews and plays games as well. And then you have my buddy Sky, who is mainly film. He's gonna go back to film school and do that stuff. So we're all constantly editing, but I have it set to where if any of us need help with each other, if we all use the same program, you can send me your project file with all your elements, and then I should be able to just open it up. All of the work you did is right there, and then I can pick up right where you left off. And so that's the... We've never had to do that, but I like having the ability to be able to do that. But it's a pretty cool product. You can get the Express version for free, and what's cool with the Express version is that a lot of the stuff that's in the Pro version you can buy as an add-on pack for like 20 bucks, and so you can get that and then you keep them. So you can still get the updates for Express, and you get to keep the add-ons that you purchase. So if you only need to get certain effects for it, you only need like 20 bucks. But if you're like me and know you're going to use every single bit of the program, then I just get the whole thing. But it's pretty good. It's a really good one to start off on. It has a very friendly user interface, and it makes it a lot less overwhelming, which is nice. And you can pretty much follow any After Effects tutorial with HitFilm, and you can learn those stuff. Certain things, the vocabulary gets switched around, or it's done a little bit differently. So like with Adobe, if you want camera shake, you have to actually like code in a wiggle and type in the numbers. Whereas in HitFilm, it's a shake effect, and you drop it on, and then you can alter the settings in that way. I tried getting into editing of VFX with After Effects and Premiere, but I'm just gonna do VFX in Blender. Blender does have a lot of good stuff. I think I use a mix of the two. Blender I definitely use for a lot of 3D rendering and animating and stuff like that. HitFilm allows me to, which I'm sure Blender does too, I just haven't done it yet. HitFilm allows me to edit the whole movie first, and then I can right click on something and then immediately go in and make the shot. And I know Adobe has that too, because it just goes straight into the other program, where HitFilm is an all-in-one program, and I think Blender is too, I just haven't done it yet. I think right now the effect that I used with Blender was the lightsaber effect, to try it out and see how it worked. And I really like it, so I think in the future I'll use the Blender lightsaber effect for the next lightsaber fight I do, but I think I still will use HitFilm to composite it all. So I'll use HitFilm to put in to composite the blade, whereas I'll use Blender to animate the blade. Animate and render it. And so, but I need to go get some more stunt lightsabers. There is some lightsabers I want to get from, oh man, what is it called? I put it in the Discord at one point. Let me go find it. If I go to the, oh hey look, new couch potato, woo! In the Star Wars chat, if I scroll up. Oh, it is Rebel Sabers, yeah. So rebelsabers.com has these really cool lightsabers. Go show ya. So if we go to just their sabers, bloop. There we go. Oh, the Dark Harbinger looks new. They got all kinds of different stuff. I'm a big fan of the Luke Skywalker looking ones. But what? I love them. So they have this like saber package special, but what's really cool is not only are their sabers, it looks like here, are rechargeable, but they all can change to whatever color you want them to. And they're stunt proof or stunt ready, so they are made to fight with. And so for 160, I'd like to get two, probably a silver and a black hilt. So that way I can change them to whatever color I need, and then as of like personalized special things to differentiate them, I get 3D print parts that just snap on over it, and then boom, it's a completely different lightsaber. What is that website? I gotta make some lightsabers for later in Blender. This is Rebel Sabers. They have a bunch of really cool stuff, and so like the one I would like to get, I think, is in their Night series, maybe. See if I can find. There used to be a thing where it could just like show me all. Oh, there we go. The Modern Hero. This is the one that I want to get, because this is they have the Classic Hero, which is another one I think I probably would get. I probably would get this one. Baselit, because that's the, if you're doing stunts, you want baselit. You don't want the Xenopixel. I only need a 32-inch blade, but that's gonna be $235. But Luke's lightsaber is my favorite lightsaber, so I'd like to be able to get this at some point, and then use this as my stunt saber. I gotta save the money. The other one, I would like to also get a Obi-Wan and a Anakin lightsaber. Because I do have the Obi-Wan costume, so I would like to have an Obi-looking lightsaber for my my stuff. But also, me and my cousin are supposed to go to Star Wars Celebration. He's gonna go as Anakin, I'm gonna go as Obi-Wan. So I would like to be able to have us both have the Anakin Obi. Like, oh, boop, there it is. Sage Unearthed, $350. Oh man. And then Excalibur right there, Legacy of Hope. Ooh, but they have that Obi-Wan. I really want that one. Oh, there we go. See, like, this is the one that I probably would be like, I would just get this. Because honestly, why not just have Vader's saber as well, you know? But yeah. Wish I had $900 to spend on this. Oh, and they come in the special box too. Yeah, this is one where it's just like, I would, if I were to do another lightsaber fight, I would like to recreate Anakin and Obi-Wan just to learn how to do it. Like to be able to learn the choreography and just say that, you know, because I'm a huge fan, I'm gonna go learn how to do this. That'd be really cool. But that would go really good with the costume. But the reason why I can't use my current one is because, actually, I have the blade up here. I have my Obi-Wan lightsaber, but I got it signed by oh my lord, James Arnold Taylor. I got him to sign my lightsaber, so I can't wear this one on my belt anymore because I got it signed. So I gotta go get another one. But if I'm gonna go get another one, I may as well go get a stunt one. And then I have, in the lightsaber category as well, I've got my Disney saber that I built. So I definitely want to go try to recreate this as an actual fighting saber. But it's also really heavy, which is not what I'm looking for. But still pretty cool. I like my lightsabers. I like my stuff. Well, I haven't turned this one in forever. And now I kind of want to go find the blade for it. So while this is still exporting, I'm going to go find the blade and come back. I will be right back.
This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
my friend, is called epileptic space telepathy.
Isn't it called hyperspace?
No. It's called super duper pooper scooper in space, idiot. Doofus.
That is not at all what you just said.
Anywho. That would...
Right.
That's how you do it with your eyes closed.
From the studio that brought you action in an orchard. And even more action in an orchard. Comes a video that's all about shooting your friends in the face. Get ready for an all new kind of video that already has been done before.
Do you ever wonder why we're here?
Ever heard of copyright infringement?
The Misadventures of Mando and Chief. Strap into a Lego motion that's all about talking.
I don't understand. It's a freaking toy.
Where are we gonna find another Mexican?
The border?
And Play-Doh for guts. And after you're done watching that, go check out the behind the scenes to see how it was made.
The top horizontal line is your eye line.
And when that's done, you can support us on Patreon to watch bloopers and bonus features.
How would you deliver that line if you actually fell down the stairs?
Starring George Lucas, but not really George Lucas.
Oh my god, you killed him!
Master Sarcasm.
How should I know?
And Mexican Edgelord.
It's a spell point.
The Misadventures of Mando and Chief.
I haven't told myself to check. I told myself to check before I started talking. And what did I do? I didn't check it. Arrgh! Anyway, fun lightsaber. I would like to get another one of these, but to actually fight with instead of the this one. I don't want to ruin that signature. But the reason why I brought that up is because I like the light being able to come off the body of the actor, because it makes the lightsaber feel more real. But gosh darn it, I swear I took this and I said, hey, make sure. I did not. Okay, I see where I messed up. Audio mixer. Oop. Source, microphone, unmute. There we go. Now it should be correct. So let me actually test it.
This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
Go back here. And I'm not muted. Hallelujah. What? Alright, so that's good to go. Good to go, good to go. Oh, today is Thursday. I make my schedule. Ooh, boy! Whew. Alright, we're at 1300 frames out of 1500 frames. We are 200 frames left. Roughly. I think it's less than that, but we're getting close. I know! I can't wait. I'm hoping I can get Piplup done today. Like that, I honestly... Like, we're only an hour and 47 minutes in. I don't even think... Maybe like less of an hour or a little bit over an hour of that is dedicated to getting the thing working. And now we're just chilling. Now we're just hanging out. We're just relaxing. I don't normally get to do that. I would play a video game, but I don't want to spoil some things. Although I was playing Tears of the Kingdom last night because we're about to go fight Ganon, and the issue that we're having is gloom. So if you haven't played Tears of the Kingdom yet, gloom is basically the stuff where if it touches you, it locks away some of your health. So your max HP gets lowered, and so if you try to heal at any point during the fight, whatever health you lost via gloom, you can't get back unless you eat something very specific or go back out into the daylight. So what I ended up having to do is I'm looking for these things called Sundelions, but in the process, I found a quest line to the other articles of clothing you can get. So I have the climbing gear, at least the shirt, as well as the shirt for the barbarian. And then I think there's a third shirt I haven't gotten yet, but it's to help me with lightning and thunder damage. So might go get those while I'm grinding away. I'm not a grind kind of person. I like to... You know, like, I'll turn on my compendium locator thing and, grab things as I go. You know, if it's going off, I'm like, oh, then I'm close enough to one, let's go grab it real quick and then go back to whatever the hell I was doing. Where in this case, it is finding shirts, pants, and hats. So, been fun with... Oh, my ear. My ear just hurts. This is maybe why we shouldn't be jamming things in our ears. I'm ready to do Torterra. That one's gonna be... He's gonna be sleeping for the most part, so I have to animate breathing, and then him getting up from the ground, and then just stomping the ground. And then I animate everything else later. Which would be nice and fun. But, dude. What else has been up? I got in a crazy win in Fortnite last night. That was cool. I went and, I landed in, and at this point, I was already just destroying people, because for a few matches, I was just boom, 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 straight assassin, and I ended up getting 12 kills in one game, so I successfully eliminated 12% of the lobby. I was playing solo, and what was crazy at the very end, I was freaking out, because there was like 6 people left, and I hit a massive lag spike. So I was rubber banding and staying in place. It was really, really freaking me out. And so then I was able to catch up, but I watched the replay, because I forgot to go look at my kills. So I watched the entire replay, and drone followed myself. There's this one dude who shot at me, and I was chasing after him, but I'm really dog, and I eventually find who I thought I found. Turns out I found a Peter Griffin and not a Solid Snake, and then ended up killing a wrong person, and then completely lost my target. Really upset about that. However, at the very end of the game with one other guy left, I'm looking for him. I really am. But because I'm doing a drone shot, I'm looking for him after the fact. Because I'm like, where was he? Because I killed him. I won the game.
And this dude, I kid you not, like, if I was standing right here, he's standing by the door behind a rock. Like, that's the distance away from him that he was. And I don't know why he didn't jump me while my back was turned, but because he didn't take the opportunity to get me, the circle was going to move up a mountain. So I've already started going up the mountain, and as I'm halfway up the mountain, he decides to go around the other way. But at that point, I have the high ground, and I see you coming, so homie won his game, and then I immediately was like, all right, we're done, turned off the console, and I'm just like, we're gonna play something else now. We wanted to go do a jam session last night, but the my internet was bugging out. It was not letting me sign back into the game at all. So list of stuff I need to go do. It's tricky. There's a lot of stuff I need to go do, but I still haven't gotten my paycheck yet, and I need to get a couple of those, cause my grandfather made a comment about my Christmas tree still being up, and I'm like, all right, I think that's a sign I need to go deal with that. So I need to go get a bucket to put all my Christmas stuff in, because for the second year in a row, I forgot to break out the Christmas pops. I bought these Star Wars snowman pops, and I completely forgot to put them out this year again. So I have to. But I figured if I put it all in the same box, then it'll be a lot harder for me to, like, oh no, I forgot I have this. What? So, next year for sure. Although next year, we're going to be doing a whole Lego Christmas village. My grandma really likes the collectibles. She thinks that was fun. I made a comment yesterday about possibly having to sell some due to some money restraints right now, but she was like, you were not selling the collectibles, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. But at the same time, if I'm gonna need money, I'm gonna probably sell some stuff. Not that I want to, but I might just have to, because I'm at the point where I'm like, I own like 17 helmets, so I'm just like, well, maybe. And then I've decided I think I'm not going to do it. I was thinking about raffling off the Lego set my cousin got me for Christmas because I already have it. But I made a mock for it, and I could still use the minifigures. So I think I'll harvest the minifigures, sort the pieces in my collection, and maybe resell the minifigs? I don't know. I feel like that'd be a good way to get money, is also doing the kind of like the Lego trade and sell kind of thing. I know a lot of people who will, like, they'll buy sets to add to their collection for the pieces, and then they'll sell the extra characters off. And I don't think that's a bad idea, honestly. Once I get a resin 3D printer, I might look into, like, the custom Legos, but I don't know. I want to get into more at the table D&D. I got Warlock tiles that I want to desperately use, which I gotta call my uncle because I feel really bad. He got me Warlock tiles for Christmas, but they didn't come with the floor, so I can't actually use all of the pieces. So I might shoot a message to be like, hey, so I actually can't use this because we didn't get the first set. Can you give me the first set for my birthday? So I might call him and be like, hey. But Warlock tiles are kind of like the standard almost, so most of the 3D prints I can find, I can try to find specifically Warlock compatible tiles, and then that'll help too. But I really got into Star Wars Legion painting minis, and so now I'm like 110% in. I'm like, sign me up! I just don't know the space. Although my cousin wants to DM pretty soon, so I'm pretty excited for the possibility of getting him into miniature creation, and then he can come over and we can build miniatures and take them back to his house, or I take the stuff to his house and we make them there. Lots of fun stuff. So that'll be fun. I definitely want to try modeling things in the computer for different in Blender for different stuff. Because as if for scale, it's not like a huge deal, because in the computer software for making the print, I have it set to a 1-inch grid on the print bed, so One square is roughly the size of one mini, or one character mini, a medium humanoid mini, I should say. So as I need to do, wait, Alexa, read me my notifications. Woo! Alexa, thank you. Speaking of D&D, I got my cousin, since he's gonna be a DM, for his birthday, I got him the Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and Dungeon Master's Guide. So, I'm gonna, basically, she's telling me that it's coming in today, so I might text him as soon as I get it and be like, hey, what are you doing? And see if I can go to his house and hang out for a little bit and hand him the books. And then talk shop. I think that's one of my favorite things. I love talking shop. I'm like, the moment somebody gets talking to me about D&D, video, Pokemon, whatever, I'm like, we're talking for days. Like, I think right now I just applied to all kinds of places. I just applied to a bar to be the doorman to see if just to kind of get out of the job that I'm in. I'm like, this job isn't really working out, so I think it's time for me to try the next best thing. But my dad was talking to me about how, like, I just need to make sure I can hold a conversation. I'm like, I can hold a conversation, it's just I don't know what other people are going to want to talk about. So I've been pretty good at it. I mean, I've been a cashier for so long, so striking up a conversation is not a difficult thing for me. It's the talking at you instead of talking with you that a part of the Asperger's that might be the be my downfall, but we'll see. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited. So let's see how that goes. But all right, we're at 1,400 frames. We're almost there. And we're at 1426. Oh man, look at those people. They look so angry. I don't know how I'm going to do the water effects just yet. I haven't even looked at, like, because I'm not going to do liquid simulations. Like, I was watching Starter Squad, which is like the closest thing to this of like content I can think of. And I saw that he was using water simulations for the water gun attack, but because it looks like real water, it just looks so out of place. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. Oh man, water's hard. Now that I think about it, I did not come up with a plan. I just like, oh yeah, they're gonna use water gun, not thinking that, oh, maybe we don't know what we're doing. I don't think any of us know how we're gonna do that. Could have tried to. Well, I could spray paint this plank of wood, this giant sheet of wood that I have, black. Wait till it gets darker. Throw some lights behind the water and backlight them so that way you can see it. And then I could turn on the hose and pressurize it to shoot the same angle that the penguins are. And then take the water, mask out the hose, and then I can use blend mode add to make the black transparent, and then I have real water being used as stock footage. I think I'll go to Footage Crate, see what free water stock footage I can find. I also have copies of Action Essentials 2, so there might be some water stuff in there that I can go take a look at. Because I did not think that far ahead, to be completely honest. But the more I think about it, I think I might just do that. I think I will do the black screen with some can lights. I can go spend $20 to go get some can lights. I have a film light from my dad that I can use. And then Because I imagine it's gonna like come out at the same pressure like as like a high pressure hose. So I think yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it. Yeah. I don't see why it would work. Makes sense to me. There we go. I like that I was able to get multiple different emotions out of these Piplup. Like each one I feel like has their own personality. I don't know if you can read the room that they have their own personality. I think the nervous one I did fairly well. I think he was good enough. But you can definitely tell these penguins are like, what? Get out of my face, man. I don't know what your deal is, but get out of my way. But it is really gonna suck if I have to redo this export. Because like, I don't know how much elapsed time has happened. There's no way it's only been 8 minutes. There's no way. Oh, stretch out, stretch. Oh, stretching is good. Stretching is good. Woo! I'm sure there's like more work I could be doing. It's just that I think it's all computer work, and I'm just like, I don't want to touch the keyboard for fear of messing up the export. Well, it's fine. It allows me to take a break. It allows me to chill and relax. I want to take a nap. Honestly, I kind of want to go back to bed. But that makes me lose my momentum. Well, let's stand up. Let's stand up. Let's do that. Rise, my minions! Okay, that worked, but that also didn't. Hello. All right. Standing up, doing stuff. Oh, what else is on the list? I guess I could talk about future stuff. We're gonna go work on Mando, but we're also working on Boba Fett. So, like that helmet right there. Like I said, I got a ton of helmets. As you can see, I got Boba Fett. I got my animated 3/32. You already saw Mando. If we go over here, I got a realistic 3/32. And then over in this direction, I got a bunch of helmets over here. So I've got the Phase 1 cloned mod that I'm working on. Behind it is an astronaut helmet, and then behind the astronaut helmet is a classic stormtrooper. So lots of good stuff. Lots of fun stuff. I just don't know how to pick, like, how to juggle all 3 YouTube channels. That's been my biggest struggle since day 1. Is like, how do I do film, BTS, and gaming? And so right now I'm trying to figure out what to do. Because part of me thinks I should just, you know, obviously I can only do one project at a time. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I have all my ideas laid out in sticky notes on a whiteboard in my bedroom. And it's like one big flow chart. Like, okay, before I can do this project, I have to get these projects done. And then before I do this project, I have to do all of these projects. At the same time, I come up with new ideas. And so the whiteboard that I have back over here has ideas that I've come up with since. And I have no room on the whiteboard for more sticky notes. So got too many. So we'll see. I'm trying my best. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what to do I know I'm gonna do a video that's basically like, here's the kind of like pipeline framework of the projects we want to work on. But it's mainly like that part's in there, but it's gonna mainly showcase, hey, in the last phase of videos we made, these were all the videos that we planned out for this period of time. This is what we learned. Here's the analytics. Here's why we think certain things work, certain things didn't. So that way people can learn kind of how to take a look at their own projects, and then break them down and figure out what works and what doesn't. You could Obsidian to be more organized in a digital space. I could. It's really good. Obsidian? What are we? Is this a thing? Like, I don't know what Obsidian is. Obsidian? Reconnected, alright. I'm very much I will shove things in binders as long as it's written down somewhere and put in a centralized location to where when I'm ready to work on the project I can open it up later and then organize all my thoughts. This is a adventure movie me and my buddy have been coming up with AI concept art and notes on like, oh, this would be a really funny line, here's a funny character, stuff like that. And then when we're ready to actually go make the movie and have a budget and want to go do it, then everything's right there and organized nicely. I am a whiteboards kind of guy. I do want to eventually, as I invest in virtual spaces for film, I also want to work in virtual production spaces. So like, for example, I really like the idea of a virtual office. A lot of my friends, we all are in different parts of our lives, but we all like creating some kind of content. I've got people who like making videos. I have friends who enjoy making music. I have friends who enjoy making like D&D modules. So it makes sense for all of us to have a space where we can work together, but because we're all in such different time zones and areas, it's really hard to do that. So I want to take advantage of something like VR chat where I can go and create our own virtual studio and eventually get a series of computers of powerful computers that are hooked up to basically a virtual monitor in VR chat. So in theory, you can go into VR chat, you go to the digital fake computer in the office, and when you click on it, now you're in full screen mode of a desktop computer. Or if you're in VR, it just loads in that desktop and you can still look left to right in the office. And then instead of using your own, you're using your computer to get access to my computer, but you can do VFX or you can edit. And so that way, if you want to try out animation, you could just try it out on my machine and not have to worry about your specs. And then we have an office essentially. I feel like that would be really cool. I also would really like the idea of the Google augmented reality smart glasses where it's like, okay, everyone just go in your living rooms, put the puck in the middle so that way we know the orientation of the program knows the orientation of the room. There's your digital avatars popping up. I have a digital whiteboard behind me and I can write whatever I want on it. And because it's digital, I can scroll left or right, making an endless whiteboard essentially. That is something I would really like to have. So I think it'd be really cool, but that's what I would like to focus on for like a digital space, because then it's easier for me to create digital documents if I'm in the digital space. But for the most part, I am either pen or paper or completely digital. There's no in between. Okay, here we go. Folders, how to create folders in Obsidian. So is just Obsidian like a collaborative, like, workspace kind of a thing? Like, is it just I can invite people and we can collab on stuff? Because that's kind of what I use Discord for. Like, if I go into the... I won't show it just yet. Let me think about it. I have a bunch of servers. This one with the little map icon right here is our D&D server. And so, whoa, what is this? Oh, did you model these? Gotta redo these later this year. That's cool. These came out nice and spiffy. I must press the button. But I have different chats for different notes. So my collab software of choice is Discord. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's I use Discord and Google mostly. But that's just what I know. Like, I'm really Google Docs and the Google products I've been using since high school, because that's when they introduced the Chrome carts. And so all of my stuff is there, but it's free. So it's free until it's not, but that's kind of where we are. But yeah, I want to be able to have like a little self-sufficient little production company. I feel like that'd be the most fun. I want to be able to make whatever movie I want and not have to really worry about what other people think or do. But I just like content creation. Like, I just like making videos, because completely honest, like, if I could find a way to do this kind of stuff just as my living, like, that would be the coolest thing in the world. Because I just like, I like this stuff. I just wish we had a team to pump out content more regularly. But if you want to get into organization digitally, I'd recommend Notion and Obsidian. Alright, cool. I will keep that in mind as I move forward looking into that kind of stuff. I know my buddy wants me to get an actual program for screenwriting. I use Google Docs and I go back and format my script later, because I am an iteration kind of person. I do one pass, and then I come back and I do another pass, and then I come back and do another pass. That's how I do my video editing. I go through, like, with this Pokemon one I'm about to do, I need to, once this film is done, I'm going to do funny moments of Mystery Dungeon, and I'm going to take the live stream, cut in all these pieces, and then, or get all the highlights, and then see how long it is. If it's about like 30 minutes long, I go through and start cutting out the least funny bits. And once it's at 15 minutes, then I'll go and put in my animated subtitles and move on. However, people really liked the Fortnite video we did where I got into my costume, got in front of the green screen, and started acting out what was happening. And so I think I'm going to do that, but with models of the Pokemon or Mystery Dungeon. So hopefully that'll be a lot more fun and actually animated, and people will get a good kick out of it. I'm hoping. Somebody was like, hey, this has like Russian Badger vibes, and I was like, yes! That's what I was going for, but I don't have the mocap suit. I would love to get a hand with the mocap suit. My buddy wants to get into the mocap and animation, and I do too, because I'm all for real and practical, but I recognize that I am very clunky in my Clone Trooper costume, so I would rather do the Iron Man, do like everything from like the waist up, and then CGI the rest of it, but it's not quite there yet. I haven't tried yet. It's on the list. There might be a shot where if I do get in the costume again for like the gaming stuff, where I'll probably try to do that, but we shall see. Last time I did still images, I think maybe this time I will do actual video and acting. Because I got plenty of costumes. Like, I got Spider-Man, I got Indiana Jones now. Pretty soon we'll have Mando, I have Kylo Ren, I have Obi-Wan, I have Captain America. Pretty soon we'll have Boba Fett. But after Mando and Boba Fett, I really want to make Master Chief, but I can't make another suit of armor until I get my own apartment. Like, that's just... Either I have to sell one of my armors, which is going to be a really hard thing to do, or yank my earbuds out of my ears. That ought to do it. That'd be exactly what I need. Man, I need to get actual Bluetooth earbuds. It's like, I got these, and these work just fine. It's just that they don't last very long. And I need to find some with a really good microphone, because I've also been toying with Bluetooth earbuds and helmets. So that way when I go on my troops in my clone trooper, I can actually hear somebody. So, what I did one time, which was really helpful, because at the same time, my little sister's mic was so good, it could pick up the people around her. So I would hear somebody through her phone go, hey, if I'm also about to run into something, my little sister can go into her earpiece over the phone call and go, hey, trooper, don't walk into the effing child in front of you. Okay. Freezing. Stopping. So, I had JBLs, but I wore them out. So I think the problem that I have is that A, I'm gonna need to go get multiple pairs. B, have them for designated uses or alternate between them. And that's kind of the hard part, but I think I need like a minimum of like 3 pairs to effectively not mess up. But these ones have actually just stopped working. I tried cleaning them, but that did not work. These ones just died too fast. I got these ones at Five and Below for like $8, so it's not like it was a huge deal. But I think I'm gonna go with Skull Candy's $30 green ones, because I like green, so it makes sense to get those. So I think I might just go get 3 pairs of that when I can, and then, because I'm so tired. I talk on my hands, so when I bring my hand down here, it like cuts the cable. Like I accidentally and then yank them out of my ears constantly. And people use Milanote but have a limit unless you pay. See, that's my problem with like flowchart programs, because I've learned things are more like a skill tree. My buddy is an achievement hunter, and so as he was breaking things down, I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should organize my stuff like a skill tree, like an RPG. And for the most part, that kind of works. Like, I have different subjects of things that I like to do, so, definitely want to do that. Hold on, I have a notification. Oh, I should probably put it over here. Oh, did you? Oh, hey, thank you for sending me the link. That is very handy. But I had a flowchart where I have a Lego collection, and I like the idea that if you were a little kid and you saw my collection, you can realistically in your head look at the collection, take a minifigure, and see how that minifigure would get from point A to point B. So, for example, if you wanted to take a character from Lego City, like let's say if Spider-Man wanted to go to the planet of Tatooine. Spider-Man then goes to the Lego airport, gets a shuttle that takes him to the moon base, and then the lunar space station is where there is a shuttle that can take you to any of the other planets. And so and I want it to be the Star Tours shuttle from Disneyland. I found instructions for the red and the blue one, with a sticker sheet PDF, so I can get shipping labels, print out the stickers, and then put the stickers on my Lego pieces. But that's how Spider-Man can get from Lego City to the Lego airport to Lego Space Station to Lego Mos Eisley to another spaceport. And so I thought that would be fun. So a lot of stuff has arrows pointing on this flowchart, because as I build things, so like I recently just built the hallway scene from The Mandalorian Season 2. So I have the ship, it's on a display, and above it is where I'm going to mount the hallway. I need to find time to go do that. And what then happens is, now, how do you get from that ship to the spaceport? So either I can build Mos Eisley Spaceport, or I can build the classic space station. It's probably going to be Mos Eisley because I already built the cantina, but that's the whole, I wanted to do a Lego series on YouTube where you could take this character, I build a mock or I build a ship and I review it, whatever, and then there's this little Lego character of me, and at the end, the viewers can vote which direction they want to go, and then that character will then go over there and tell the next part of the story. And But I don't have space, which is why I can't really do that. I don't know how we got here, to be completely honest. I don't remember how we got to this part of the conversation. No, we did. We had to get here. What was it about? Oh, right, the flowchart. Yeah, so the flowchart had how everything was connected. So how to get from the Star Wars section to the Harry Potter section, how to get from the Harry Potter section to the Marvel section, all of that stuff. And so I definitely realize I need a really big basement in adulthood whenever I find my own house or place. I think that's the end goal here is, you know, do film or media production as a career and then get a 2-story house with a basement, so then that way I can have my basement of Legos and stuff, and then the downstairs is the you know, we invite people over and hang out area, and then upstairs is the private, this is our section. If I find you up there, you will die. But you know, that's just, I'm messing with you. But yeah, but these flowchart websites are always like, oh, you reached your limit, and I'm like, my brain doesn't have a limit. That's my problem. Like, I would love a continuous thing. Like, I really like the idea of toying with a smart stylus and a projector, because it would be nice to be able to go to the projector, take my hand, swipe it to the right, and then keep going with the pencil and draw more. Like, that would be really cool. And if I knew the right people, I would like to develop that idea as a program for the computer at the very least. Or again, something to put in VR chat. Just imagining you as the guy, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh no, dude, I've used that. I used that clip somewhere. I literally was talking about, I think it was, if you go watch our How We Made Ricky Fingers video, I think I literally cut to that, explaining that, you know, I had to go back to the drawing board, and then I cut to that scene specifically. That I need to watch that show. I'd probably really enjoy it. Oh, hey, it's done. My bad, guys. Okay, so then let's save. And go open up HitFilm. Oh, man. It's time to get this thing loaded. Okay, so first and foremost, let's get to footage. Oh, that's not what I need. Render. I need an image sequence. Back. Flip shot 2. Open. And then we're going to take this and put it in the editor. I want to, gosh darn it. Okay, so we're gonna have to get rid of that. Sorry, I cannot see the chat right now, so let me pull that up. Sent you the link to the Power Saver add-on. Thank you! Alrighty. How do I... I could do it like this though. Sorry, I'm trying to make it to where I could see everything. Get stuff done. Alright, right now you can't really see the viewer screen because it is on my second monitor. I don't have a good way of showing you that. Guess I could find the footage. It's shot what? 9890. Gonna be this one. Through. Edit that out. Ah. I want to make composite shot, and this is just gonna be shot 2. Then I'm definitely gonna have to rotoscope. Yay! We love that. Alright, so let's grab the keying effect. They have a chroma key. Wow. We're gonna pin drop into the color that we want. There we go. And then we're going to just get a very basic mask going. Not really worried about everything at the moment. I just want to get the basic timing of this thing right. See. They're gonna stay like that for a while. There we go. Now they're all mad at me, blah 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 blah, screaming at me, and then they attack. Okay, the first hurdle of the day is that we have a lot of cleanup and rotoscoping to do. Before I can do anything else. So we're going to start with this shot. Alrighty, let's go to the effects panel and see what... Turn on the gain. Oh man, this is going to be great. Blur. Let me pre. So one of the things that I'm realizing, which I kind of realized when I was shooting it, but I didn't really have a way of dealing with it quite yet, was... Oh man. Oh, here we go. I am kind of blurry, and that's because this was shot as a full body shot, camera far away at 1080p. If this was had been 4K, the image would have been sharper, but I don't have access to a 4K camera, so I'm gonna have to deal with. Right is road, matte cleaner. Make sure that I'm pointing in the right direction. Keep him warm, I should say. I don't think is this. Oh, I did shoot that pretty far away, didn't I? Where's the... Wait, what the hell happened? Thought I had... I'm not fully understanding what's happening here. You're saying it's visible, but at the same time I'm like, is it? Oh, okay, here we go, because this is what's supposed to be underneath here. Or at least it's supposed to be? Yeah, this is what I thought. But I also don't understand how that happened either. Mother of God, son of a turd. Okay. I want to know why this image sequence is all of a sudden too short. Yeah, see, this should have gone all the way. Although that floating Pokeball definitely does not help the situation at all. I don't understand, because I could have sworn this was all the way done. That render is not long enough. However, I could do a time remapping. How far would be? And then I need the mask for the... Because for the most part, not terrible. Fine. This is the power I'm confused about, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is it that Mask is right there. But I have this JPEG right here of what it needs to be. Oh, probably because it's a... Oh, you know what? I know what it is. I know what's up. Oh, that's not... Okay. Yeah, okay. I know what I did. Alright, so get rid of that. Get rid of me for just a second. Let's turn off the mask. Or the Pokeball ever shows up. Screenshot. Okay. Completely fine with me. Alright, now we're going to turn the mask back on. Cut out all of where that Pokeball shows up. Alright, and then we're going to take the screenshot. I'm going to put it underneath. Now, no floating Pokeball. Turn me back on. Tells me to catch one. We're going to cut right there. So the shot should only be 3522. So let's go fix that, shall we? Frames, footage, render. Shot to composite. Properties. Duration needs to be... No, we're not on shot 2. We're on shot 1. Properties. 35. 22. Boom. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. We have that. So now, new layer. We're going to do a grade layer. So this applies to everything that's below it. Now I'm going to apply some shakes to it. I don't think the speed necessarily needs to be as fast as it is. See, that makes it look a lot better. Yeah, that's not bad. That wasn't a lot of work to do. Put this down here. Bop, shot 2. Okay, so this is where it's gonna get weird. First of all, we have our shot. And then let's do position. This was -1. Okay, and then oh, wrong. Want my dude? There he is. Oh, see, I animated the wrong thing. Ha ha. Let's actually, let's make the anchor point my actual person here.
now I can take the position. Or actually, hold on, let's... I insert a keyframe. Publish.
Those kids are going to get the power back on real soon.
Copy. Paste. There we go.
Do you kids have any idea just what time it is?
There we go. And then I fly away. And then how big is this movie shot? That is as big as it's gonna get. Okay, yeah. So what I should have done was, oh well. It'll work for all intents and purposes. Let's do. So now the question becomes, how do we do this? First and foremost, it looks like no matter what, I'm gonna have to rotoscope the crap out of myself, which is, oh gosh darn it. Thinking I'm in Blender, pressing all the wrong buttons. Okay. Starting off, let's do watching corridor. Clint talks about rotoscoping by segment. So first, we're gonna take. This is the green screen mask. I'm realizing there's no image for you guys to look at, so I guess I will switch over to monitor here. Okay, so now you're seeing what I'm seeing, which is this visual effects. So I'm gonna add, that's the green screen mask. We're gonna go ahead and create a new mask around my leg right here. Why can't I? What happened? There we go. Okay. Back to this mask, please. Thank you. All right, here we go. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and turn on path for it. So actually, I'm gonna name left leg, shape, expansion. No, I need path. For this one, it is gonna be track.
Maybe intersect? See, yes, but actually no. There was a way to do this, I swear to God. I think the add one is supposed to be like intersect. Whatever, I'm just gonna have to figure it out, I guess. But so used to Blender, I'm hitting the wrong keyframes. I'm like, I think that's the only thing is that like I'll get into one program and it's like, all right, I have all the shortcuts memorized, and then I jump into a different program to do the next part, and then it's just like, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Oh no! Not good. I say link. Oh. Alright, for whatever reason, my brain thought the chat scrolled up and I was about to read the last message. Which again, thank you for sending me the link. You did that. I do, in fact, very much appreciate it. Yeah, this is basically just a lightsaber effect, but on a shoe. No problem. I would definitely say figuring out feet and legs is important, because this was shot in my backyard. So when it comes to green screening, it makes sense to do things like exterior shots. So like, oh, hey, I need to go to the beach. Boom. Sunlight. However, the need to, what is the word? I would like to do like book adaptations and put them on YouTube. Like not the full book, because I understand the copyright kind of gray area that it is, but I definitely want to at least do certain chapters, because it's just like, hey, who knows when we're gonna get these, you know? Like, I would like to be able to see some of my favorite books as movies, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get there. Like Son of Neptune or Heir to the Empire. Like, we all know Disney's not gonna do an adaptation of that particular book. They'll take elements from it, like Mount Tantus is in The Bad Batch, but as of the actual events that happened in the book, we're never gonna get that movie. And so, as a YouTuber who likes to make movies, and part of my journey started with book adaptations, it came from a want of a more accurate adaptation of Percy Jackson. It would be a great way to be able to kind of break down like what goes into adapting a book into a script, and then making the props and costumes and taking what's described in the book and visualizing it and interpreting it. It's like the way I interpret a Minotaur is going to be different than the way how you interpret a Minotaur. And so, definitely down for all of that noise. Okay. I was like, for a moment, I thought that maybe, just maybe, it wasn't animating, and I got scared. Woo. Alright, all of a sudden I gotta go use the restroom again. I will be right back.
Viewers like you, thank you.
That, my friend, is called epileptic space telepathy.
Isn't it called hyperspace?
No. It's called super duper pooper scooper in space, idiot. Doofus.
That is not at all what you just said.
Anywho.
That would... right.
That's how you do it with your eyes closed.
From the studio that brought you action in an orchard. And even more action in an orchard. Comes a video that's all about shooting your friends in the face. Get ready for an all new kind of video that already has been done before.
Do you ever wonder why we're here? Ever heard of copyright infringement?
The Misadventures of Mando and Chief. Strap into a Lego motion that's all about talking.
I don't understand. It's a freaking toy.
Where are we gonna find another Mexican?
The border?
And Play-Doh for guts. And after you're done watching that, go check out the behind the scenes to see how it was made.
The top horizontal line is your eye line.
And when that's done, you can support us on Patreon to watch bloopers and bonus features.
How would you deliver that line if you actually fell down the stairs?
Starring George Lucas, but not really George Lucas.
Oh my god, you killed him!
Master Sarcasm.
How should I know?
And Mexican Edgelord.
It's a spell point.
The Misadventures of Mando and Chief.
everybody! Welcome to Couch Party Incorporated. This is part 4.
Hello and welcome to Minecraft.
Rock, paper, scissors, who wants to be the killer?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Luke and Sky, the Minecraft guys.
That's not cheating, that's using your assets. Now we just need to find 4.
Okay, so the rock hurts me, but not him. I find that a little horse bukkake.
Ah! Shit! Sorry, fight!
The next boss! Okay. A little underwhelmed here.
No, stay away from me! God damn it! Son of a bitch!
Stay away from me, stay away from me!
Oh, wow, okay. This sounds, elaborate.
Shit! 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 Fuck me in the tit!
Hey guys, it's your boy Skinny Penis here, and about 30 to 45 minutes ago, I just beat the fuck out of my meat.
I only hope that you'll do that.
Get it! Yo!
Ah! God damn it, bitch, motherfucker!
Keep going, Josh, keep going.
Hey, buddy! Ah, sugar honey iced tea.
And when you click the button, go inside. Alright, everybody else, run inside like a bunch of fucking maniacs.
Yeah, you better run away, you horny
And we're back. Today's episode, My Butt. Make sure that is all working and dandy. Alright, how long have we been streaming? We've been streaming for 3 hours. So yeah, I think after this, like, last hour, maybe, possibly. I don't know, I'm getting a lot done. I'm, like, really impressed with how long I'm going with this. This part of me is like, oh yeah, no, you can totally end it right here. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. But it's my butt. Go. Oh, there's a whole section of the bottom of the boot that I'm missing. I feel like if I get a job as a VFX intern, I'm just gonna be rotoscoping the entire time. But it must be done. Somebody's gotta do it. But yeah, I'm definitely still trying to figure out like what I need in my little backyard setup for virtual productions and stuff. I'd like to be able to track the camera because I want to get actual like handheld shots and not do this where I'm like, okay, I gotta film it static and then add the I have to fake realism later. I'd like to be able to just have realistic camera shake, but in order to do that, I need to make the screen bigger. Right now we have a large shape for the we have a large shape for the how do I say this? I have a very long green screen. However, the loop that you put the pipe through to hang it on a display stand is on the short side and not on the long side. So when we do it again, I'm going to go to Home Depot, invest in a metal pipe instead of PVC, and another set of clamps, so we could try to clamp the green screen long ways to have an even wider room. And the kicker is I have 2 green screens, so if anything, I would love to be able to make a second set of poles on the top to where I can have both green screens kind of at like a curved angle to be able to effectively put in, say, the oh man, what is it called? To effectively put in the background and just have a wider space to where we can move around a lot more, get some more dynamic shots. I need to really try tracking and see how to make some cool tracking shots, because that's kind of that's the whole thing. I've done like a VFX episode on lightsabers and just figuring out lightsabers, so I may as well do it for like motion tracking and background tracking. We'll see. I want to bring back vlogs. I really do. With the Mandalorian project, I'm going to try to edit, or I'm gonna shoot and edit as I'm going, if that makes sense. Basically, I'm gonna start off by creating a charging station for my action cams and my DSLRs, and making sure that each DSLR can function. And then, that way, no matter what, if a camera dies on me while I'm in the middle of working on the Mando, then okay, cool, I can just pop that SD card in, dump the footage, and while that footage is being dumped, grab a second SD card, grab the second camera, and then go back to doing what I was doing. And then I edit the shots in order as I shoot them. But as I'm editing it, for every 15 minutes of edited footage, I'll just export that 15 minutes, make the thumbnail, upload it, keep going. Like, I think that's how I would like to go about it. And I think this will be a really good way for me to be able to kind of see how it goes. See what I'm missing in the process, and essentially just apply that information to the next BTS video. Because I want to do more vlog stuff. And I think if I can figure out how to do that, then with the Mando and Boba Fett, is I can then take that and go what is the word? I can take that knowledge into the next VFX breakdown, where it's just like, hey, we're just gonna figure out how to do motion tracking VFX, and then once we get it down, then okay, let's go make a movie essentially of the effect. So that'll be really cool. Part of me is thinking maybe like I just try to recreate Anakin versus Obi-Wan, because that is a fight that I want to learn. I actually do want to learn the choreography to that, so that way me and my cousin, when we are Anakin and Obi-Wan for stuff, we could just randomly break that out for cons and things. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun. But I also like the idea, just for like me and my family, I would love to recreate Revenge of the Sith, just put us in it, like green screen us into the movie. I just feel like that'd be a lot of fun. And so I kind of, as a way to kind of have our own little Star Wars movie, you know, watch it during the summer with friends and family. Obviously not redistribute it, like that's not a thing I would be allowed to do. But it'd be a fun little project. But maybe this will succeed so much that we get a sequel. Who knows? Oh, you know what? I don't think I have an end card for this. Now that I think about it. I need to figure out what the end card for this is going to be. I might have to get back into the costume and go reshoot it.
or shoot an actual end card. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that, but here we are. I definitely like this costume though. I really want to do like an action and adventure film. But somebody was also telling me recently that I could do a really good solid snake. I would just have to go hit the gym a little bit. Do with this belly that I got. Not that like it's insane, but it's like if I'm gonna be wearing a skin tight suit, I'd like to have some form of abs, you know? Or at least give me like okay, for, you know, I'm gonna give myself X amount of days to go do this thing and then do all that jazz. I could probably. Yeah, I guess I could. Already like, yeah, screw the laces. I'm not about to rotoscope those. If I do, it'll be like, it'll be its own mask. So those are just gonna be like super irritating to do. Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah. Very relaxing. Let's turn up the music. The thing that somebody gets paid to like literally draw out somebody's butt. Because you know there's shots that are like that where it's just like, you know, it's the shots behind the actor, there's like an explosion or something, but it's on a green screen, but their butt's in the frame, so now you gotta like draw their butt frame by frame just to make sure that the explosion shows up in front of the actor instead of behind the actor. Good times. I'm enjoying this chill stream. You know, I'm surprised that I have anybody watching and communicating with me at all, because that is something where I was like, I don't know. The only reason I haven't done this sooner is because I was just like,
is anybody gonna watch this? Like, why would anybody want to watch a dude just sit here and rotoscope? And then I realized, you know what? A, people are into all kinds of different things. But B, you know, it's a vibe. And it gets me a reason to wake up in the morning. And you know what? I need that. And here we are, rotoscoping and doing stuff, getting stuff done. Oh, today's Thursday, isn't it? Ha ha ha! I gotta remember, I have an appointment today that I have to get to at some point. Ooh, I forgot all about it. Sorry. I've been going to therapy and I've been really enjoying it. Like, this has been a good... It's been very handy. I'm glad to have somebody that I can talk to about literally anything and everything. And then they can break down the science behind why I feel a certain way, or how to deal with a certain way, or new perspectives, because I have always been, it may be a quote I get tattooed on me at some point, is, you know, from a certain point of view. And that's because Obi-Wan talks about that in Return of the Jedi, but that's important. Like, that's important in life, having another point of view. Like, it's not just your point of view, there's other people's point of view. And if you can learn how to view things from other points of views, then, you know, the world could be a better place. But it's good to have somebody where it's just like, hey, it's also, you're legally obligated to not tell people what I've been telling you, so that's very handy. The privacy is there, and we enjoy that. So, super excited for that, but I completely forgot today is Thursday. Not realizing that I have it, because my appointments are every Thursday, but we shall see. A lot of things have been going on in my life in the last couple of weeks, so I need to give her an update and figure out, hey, how should I deal with some things? But that's neither here or there. But I'm definitely gonna tell her about this, because I just didn't expect being able to say, hey, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna do VFX at 8 o'clock, and also, by the way, you people are gonna be watching me. Like, it gives me an excuse to do, where sometimes I feel like I don't have that. It gives me the momentum to get me out of bed, because that is the thing I struggle with. It's just that, and that's literally how, like, a lot of my problems over the last 6 months have started. It is literally because I was just like, I can't wake up in the morning, what the heck? And then it completely devolved into some kind of monster, and now I have to deal with it. But it's all good. Important thing is, I gotta get myself onto this beach. I'm having a lot of fun. This is good. This is a vibe. But I'll have to create the next world once I get all of this situated. Where am I even at right now? Oh my lord, I'm only halfway. Oh, good Christ. I don't move around a lot either, so it's not like I have to do a lot of rotoscoping. We'll do by 5. Usually I animate every other frame for quick action sequences, but for sequences where I'm kind of like just standing still, I'll just move by 5 frames, make sure everything is where it needs to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because then it moves drastically enough to where it's like, alright, now I'm
Now I'm moving. Why did I have that lanyard on? I'm so... Oh my gosh, why? Why did I do that? Good job, Luke. You messed up. Oh. Good old days. I'll definitely say I miss playing Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Me and my friend wanted to do a Soul Link Nuzlocke for Ruby and Sapphire at some point. And if you don't know what that is, basically it's a randomized Nuzlocke. So unlike a regular Pokemon game, what ends up happening is the Pokemon that spawn can be completely random. So normally if you go onto like Route 201 or whatever in Ruby and Sapphire or 101, what'll end up happening is you'll run into like Poochyena, Wurmple, and Zigzagoon, and it's always those three. However, in a randomized Nuzlocke, there's an algorithm that swaps out all the Pokemon, so you actually really won't know what those three Pokemon have been switched with. It could be something as simple as a Pidgey, but it could also be something as God himself. So it's kind of scary. But in a Soul Link Nuzlocke, on top of the random Pokemon, let's say I run into a Raikou, a legendary Pokemon, and then my friend runs into a Pidgey. We name them both the exact same name, but if her Pidgey dies, so does my Raikou, and if my Raikou dies, so does her Pidgey. And on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, our team has to be made up of the exact same Pokemon. So, if she has, so like let's say my Raikou and her Pidgey are named like, Pidgeykoo. Well, Pidgeykoo, they both have to be in our party if I want to take both of them. So, there's a lot of strategy that has to go into it, and on top, like, all the trainers have random Pokemon too, so you really won't know what you're about to fight, which is the scary part. So, we're gonna try to do that at some point, but it's just not happening yet. Too many things going on. Oh, they still haven't even came over to me yet. Good lord. What are we listening to? North Province and Asoria Lake. Oh, maybe it's a Sword and Shield thing. Not Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. Now that I realize what I've just said.
now I'm getting hungry. I think I left my Scooby snacks in the car, huh? Yep. I gotta do this for each body part. It's all good. It's part of the job. I really hope I get hired soon. Like, I really do want to do this. This is... I applied to a lot of different remote positions and a couple different YouTube channels, hoping that maybe I might get a job that way as well. But I'm also down to freelance, so if anybody wants to pick me up for some VFX or even editing, like I edit gaming videos all the time, so if you need a gaming video and you have the money and can use an editor, I would be more than happy to do that. Anything I can say or do to get, you know, more experience under my belt. I definitely like to learn. Actually, I should probably. There we go. There we go. Now all of them are angry. Just a sign saying that we're almost there. There's really not a lot going on in this frame. Whoo! Ooh. I don't know if anybody heard that, but that was my stomach. I'm thinking about maybe some eggs. I already had some toast today. I think I might have some like scrambled eggs or an omelet or something. I haven't had an omelet in a while. I know we got ham, I know we got cheese. Well, I think I will. Alright, and that is the leg. So now if I go over and figure out how to get this all to intersect with each other, because sitting here like, okay, this is correct. There's a way to do it, and I forget what it is. If I turn this off, like intersect isn't working, so it has to be add, right? Or maybe replace. Then I can use this one to intersect, or I can use this one to subtract. Intersect's not working, subtract's not working. See, and then when I do that, that creates this issue. What if I were to do that and then intersect? Oh. I've got to be doing this wrong at some level. However, it may be a thing where it's like I can't really use that main mask. I'm just gonna have to, little by little, like, cut him in. No, because at the same time, how would I? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so it is. My leg is in there. Okay, it's just, alright, I see what I did. So I just need to do that. And then I just gotta do the second leg. And that should be fine. And then let's get into the effect and look at that. And then can I turn on motion blur for this character? So that way when he... Ah! Oh, hey guys! Ah! Hello, I'm back. Alright, I think that is what I'm going to call it for today. I mean, we've been at it for 3 hours and 45 minutes. We got a rendered shot done. For the most part, he's just missing his other leg, and then animated, he's ready to go. So, pretty much I'll be on the hunt for water stock footage, essentially. So that's going to be the next thing I need to go find. And for the most part, in terms of like layers, I'll go over back to my TV real quick. As you can see, there's not a lot of layers. Like, this is not a difficult thing for us to do. Like, we've basically got 3 layers. So far, we have 2 masks. Alright, brother, I'll see you later. We got 1 chroma key effect, which is what I think is nuts, is that this is just, like, this key is off of 1, and that's with like all of those wrinkles, just boom, gone. Like, I will say this is probably one of the best green screening things I've ever seen. I will admit, I definitely did not use this particular effect for the last film that we shot, and I feel like if I did, the quality would be so much better in terms of keying. But man, this worked out really, really well. I think we will definitely be coming back tomorrow to continue working on this. I think I might try to. I don't know. I wish it would give me like 2 viewers, but it's whatever. But that was a lot of fun. We will come back tomorrow for sure. I will go make a thumbnail and stuff and get on with the rest of my day. And we will talk later. So bye guys, and have a good day.